everyone, welcome back. My name is Medea and this is part of my free yacht stewardess course. When I started, I couldn't afford those expensive trainings, so I built this course myself and now I'm sharing it with you for free. If you want the notes and the printable checklist for today's lesson, join my Telegram channel. The link is in the description below. Today we're diving into something every stewardess must master: stain removal. Now, I know that sounds scary and very scientific because suddenly we were talking about chemistry, but don't worry, I'll explain everything in a very simple language. By the end of this video, you'll understand what to do when you see red wine on a tablecloth, mascara on a pillowcase, or sunscreen stains on towel, and you'll know why you're doing it, not just memorizing random tricks. First, the golden rules of stain removal. Rule number 1. Always identify the stain before treating it. Rule number 2. Test your method on a hidden corner or the fabric before you go big. Rule number 3. Start gentle, then go stronger if you need. For example, start with cold water, then try detergent, then maybe use a chemical if the first steps don't work, and so on. Rule number 4. Rinse between each step. Never pile on chemical on top of another because mixing chemicals can create dangerous reactions. For example, as you already know, bleach plus ammonia creates toxic gas. Rule number 5. Never apply heat like hot water, tumble dryers, or irons until you are sure the stain is gone, because heat makes many stains permanent. Rule number 6. Always protect the fabric first. That means read the care label, think about the type of fiber, and don't scrub hard. Blot and tap gently, it said. Scrubbing damages the fibers and can leave shiny patches or fuzz. Now, here's a simple way to identify a stain in 30 seconds. Ask yourself, where did you find it? For example, if it's on bed linen, maybe it's makeup, sweat, or body oils. If it's on a napkin, maybe it's wine or sauce. Look at it. Is it translucent and greasy looking? That's probably oil. Is it colored like brown coffee or red wine? That's a plant dye stain. Is it dark and sooty? That might be ash or carbon. Smell it if it smells like alcohol, perfume, or sunscreen, so that's a clue, yeah? Think about the fabric. Cotton and linen are strong and can handle more treatment, but wool and silk are protein fibers and are very delicate. And ask, is the stain fresh or old? Fresh is much easier to treat. Old stains may need soaking or special chemicals. Now let's talk about the actual products you'll use, and I'll translate all the scary chemistry words into normal language as I can. Number 1, detergents. This is just laundry soap, the good quality liquid kind. Like dishwashing liquid is also excellent for grease and oil. Number 2, enzymes. These are little protein eating helpers inside some detergents. And there are 3 main types. Protease, which eats proteins like blood, milk, and egg. Amylase, which breaks down starch like pasta or rice stains. Lipase, which breaks down oils and fats like butter, sunscreen, or body oils. Think of enzymes like tiny scissors cutting up the stain so water can wash it away. But be careful on delicate fabrics like wool or silk, which are also made of protein. Enzymes can actually damage them. Number 3 are solvents. These are liquids that dissolve certain stains. The safe one we use most is isopropyl alcohol, also called rubbing alcohol. You can buy it in pharmacies. It's great for ink and makeup. Sometimes we use citrus-based solvents or mineral spirits for sticky things like tar or glue. But be careful, never use acetone on fabric like acetate because it melts them. Number 4 are oxidizers. These are bleaching agents, but not the scary chlorine bleach. The safest ones are hydrogen peroxide and oxygen bleach. Hydrogen peroxide is the same liquid you might have seen in a brown bottle at the pharmacy, yes? Usually like 3% used to disinfect cuts. Oxygen bleach is a powder you mix with water and it's safe for most whites and color-fast fabrics. These release oxygen bubbles that break down the stains. That's how it works. Number 5, milled acids. This sounds scary, but I'm talking about things like white vinegar or lemon juice. They help with mineral stains like deodorant mark or rust. There are also special rust removers that contain oxalic acid, but those must be used very carefully. Number 6 are reducers. These are special stain removers for dye transfer, like when a red sock makes your white shirt pink. The common ingredient is sodium dithionate. Again, test carefully. Number 7 are absorbents. This is just cornstarch or talcum powder. You sprinkle it on fresh grease stains to soak up oil before you wash. Glycerin, the clear liquid you might know from skincare, can also be used to soften old stains before washing. And finally, tools. Cotton swabs, white cloth, a small soft brush, a spoon edge to scrape, and an absorbent pad like a white towel underneath your work. Okay, here's the basic step-by-step method you'll use for any stain. First, scrape or lift any solid bits with a spoon. Second, blot liquid with a clean white cloth. Don't rub, just press. Third, place the fabric stain side down on a white towel so the stain gets pushed out into the towel, not deeper into the fabric. Fourth, test your chosen product on a hidden corner to make sure the color doesn't run. Fifth, apply the gentlest solution first. Start with water, then detergent, then enzyme, then solvent or oxidizer if needed. Tap gently with your brush or spoon to move the stain into the towel. After each chemical, rinse with clean water so they do not mix. And finally, let the fabric air dry to check if the stain is gone. Only use heat once you are sure. Now I'll go through the main families of stains one by one and explain the exact steps and the science behind them in plain English. Protein stains. These can be blood, milk, egg, vomit, sweat. These are food or body stains that contain protein. Heat makes them harder, just like cooking an egg. So always use cold water first. Flush from the back of the fabric, then use an enzyme detergent with Protease, leave it for about 10 minutes, rinse, then wash cool to warm. If a shadow remains, you can dab with 3% hydrogen peroxide for a couple of minutes, but only on white or color-fast fabrics. Then rinse again. Tannin stains, these are coffee, tea, wine, juice, cola. Tannin is a natural plant dye. Soap can actually set these stains if you use it too early. So for fresh stains, flush with cold water first. Then use a mild detergent. Rinse and launder. For older stains, wet with glycerin for about 20 minutes to soften. Then rinse, then soak in oxygen bleach if the fabric is white or color fast. And fun fact, the old trick of putting salt on red wine doesn't really work. It spreads the stain. So stick to cold water and detergent instead. Oils and grease. They are butter, solid oil, lipstick, sunscreen, body oils. This looks like translucent greasy halos. For fresh oil, sprinkle cornstarch or talc on it and leave it 10 minutes, then brush it off. Then use dish soap or an enzyme detergent working from the outside toward the middle. Wash warm. Sunscreen is a special case. It can leave orange stains on white towels because of a chemical called avobenzone that reacts with minerals in water. The fix is pre-wash with the detergent, then wash again with oxygen bleach at about 40 to 60 degrees, and never use chlorine bleach because it makes it worse. Dyes and inks. These are pens, mascara, lipstick, curry. These are made of pigments that don't dissolve in water, so you need a solvent. Put a towel underneath, drip isopropyl alcohol onto the stain, and let it pool the ink down into the towel. Keep moving the towel to a clean spot, then rinse out the alcohol and wash with detergent. For permanent markers, you may have to go back and forth with alcohol and detergent several times. Lipstick and mascara are both oil plus pigment. So you start with dish soap for the oil, then alcohol for the pigment. Curry and turmeric are tough. Detergent plus oxygen bleach, and sometimes sunlight helps on white cotton. Particulate stains like mud, soot, and ash. These are solid particles. Never add water first, or you'll just make mud paste. Shake or brush them off dry, then wash with the detergent and rinse. For soot, vacuum through a cloth if you can, and then wash. Don't smear it around. Mineral and chemical stains can be rust, deodorant, watermarks. Rust comes from iron. You need a special rust remover with oxalic acid or citric acid. Use a tiny drop very quickly, then rinse. For deodorant marks, which are a mix of sweat and aluminium salts from antiperspirant, soak in enzyme detergent, then wash with oxygen bleach if it's white. For watermarks on delicate fabrics like rayon, you sometimes need to re-wet the whole panel evenly, reshape it, and let it air dry to avoid tight lines. Waxes, gum, tar, adhesives. For candle wax, let it harden, then scrape it off. Put the fabric between two sheets of plain paper and press with a warm iron so the wax melts into the paper. Then use a solvent like citrus to remove leftover color. Wash with detergent. For chewing gum, freeze it with ice, snap it off, then clean the sticky residue with solvent. Tar and adhesives are similar. Scrape, solvent, detergent, wash. Paint and nail polish. So fresh water-based paint comes out with water and detergent. Dried paint needs soaking. Oil-based paint needs a solvent like mineral spirits, then detergent and a warm wash. Nail polish is tricky. Always start with non-acetone remover because acetone melts some fabrics, and use a tiny amount, and you can test carefully and then wash. Mildew and mold. This happens when fabric stays damp too long. Wash with detergent, soak with oxygen bleach, then dry completely in the sun if it's a white fabric. Report it if it's a storage issue on board. Some fabrics need special care. Wool and silk are protein fibers, so don't leave enzymes on them for long. Oxidate melts with acetone. Rayon is weak when wet, so handle it gently. Spandex hates strong bleach, and dark cotton can bleed with alcohol or bleach, so always toss first. And if something says dry clean only, don't try to be a hero. Blot gently and send it to professionals, please. New stews often make the same mistakes. They use hot water on protein stains like blood, which cooks the stain in. So always use cold first. Also, they rub hard, which damages fibers, so always blot or tap. Also, they mix chemicals without rinsing, which causes damage, so don't forget to rinse after each chemical. Or they dry too soon, which sets ghosts of stains. Or they pour on too much solvent, which makes dyes bleed. Always remember, gentle, patient, step by step. Okay, quiz time. We need to check what you learned. Why must you rinse between an enzyme cleaner and an oxidizer? Which solvent is safest to try first for ink on cotton? Why do sunscreen stains sometimes turn orange? What's the correct first step for mud stains? Which two fabrics need very limited enzyme use? And that's it. You've just learned the complete logic of stain removal. It might feel like a lot, but with patience, this becomes second nature. Think like a detective. Work like a conservator. Always identify, test, start gentle, rinse between steps, air dry, and only then move up to stronger methods. If you follow this system, you'll save fabrics, save money, and impress everyone with your skills. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and join my Telegram channel through the link in the description to download the lecture notes and quick reference tables. See you in the next lesson, and may all your stains disappear easily. Bye!